It's a new day, it's a new dawn, and we've got an opportunity to give thanks and break bread. This is the brand new show hosted by the branding connoisseur. Let's unpack this. So today we're going to be discussing the art of DIY. So what is the actual definition of DIY? DIY traditionally means do it yourself. It's just an acronym. DIY is the method of building, modifying, or repairing things by oneself without the direct aid of a professional or certified expert. See, I'm a huge advocate for DIY. It's been my thing for a long time. But I'm going to be real with you. DIY is only an option for me because them times there I was broke. I didn't have the peas to pay someone to do it for me. So I had to do it myself. I had no choice. Do you know what I mean? So let's be honest. If we had the money, we would do it. We're really lazy at heart. Like, well, speaking for myself anyway. But yeah, that's why I did DIY back in the day, and even to this day sometimes, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, DIY it's grown to be a very big social concept as well. Like people sharing ideas on Pinterest, you know, people sharing their interior decorating transformations, house transformations, you know what I mean? All sorts of house and cooking tips and methods. Like DIY is a big thing now. But I want to talk about DIY as an entrepreneur. Building your business from scratch is something that is quite popular right now since the pandemic. 2019 till now, we've seen a rise of entrepreneurs. A survey showed that 56% of entrepreneurs, am I saying that word right? You know what, yeah? We're going to say business owners because that word is long. A survey showed that 56% of business owners raised less than 9,000 euros. And they got their business started like less than 9,000. Like, it's not crazy amounts of money, but obviously, like, that's someone's, student loan. 55% of them have less than 2 employees. So people are really doing a lot by themselves. And even though being an entrepreneur, I said it right that time, it doesn't really necessarily mean you're going to secure the 7-figure bag. You know what I mean? We all want to be millionaires, but just because you're an entrepreneur, it doesn't mean that's what you're going to get. Even if you work hard, you might work hard, but you might still not secure that bag. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, more than 87% of entrepreneurs, if they could go back in time, they would do it all over again, but they would avoid some mistakes. And 19% actually considered not asking for help as their biggest mistake. So, you got to know when to ask for help. When you're starting a business, like you're usually by yourself. So you kind of have to do everything by yourself. So there are a few things that you need to have patterned before you can grow your business. One of them being is a personal brand. So your personal brand is the impression that other people have of you. Your reputation precedes you. It's not just a movie quote. Every decision you've made, the clothes you wear, the language you use, the lingo, the things that you say, everything around you is what builds the perception of your brand, pre-made in people's heads. And it's much harder to rebrand your personal brand. So bear that in mind. People they want to do business with actual real people, not like all these corporations and that want to take your money. People aren't really interested in spending money with them. So a personal brand is very key to credibility, influence, and sales. For example, Mike Tyson recently just released a CBD product. It's a line of air-shaped cannabis edible gummies. And there's a personal story to that, which is well known, that Michael Tyson bit a guy's ear off, which is iconic. Another thing I think you need is leadership skills. You need to be able to be an effective leader as an entrepreneur. Your business cannot grow if you can't lead a team. And if you can't lead a team, then you have to keep doing everything yourself. And if you have to keep doing everything yourself, you're going to burn out. And if you're going to burn out, then you're done. Sure, you were born in King's College Hospital, but you were made in the Royal Navy. Well, yeah, you need leadership skills. Another thing you need is foresight. You need to be able to predict the market because hindsight is a biatch. Yeah? You need to be able to be at least one step ahead of the competition. Otherwise, you're going to end up in McDonald's. Where? In McDonald's. You need to look at Blockbuster, Toys R Us, Vine, BlackBerry, SoundCloud. They're fumbling the bag. And August, they're on their way out as well. Amazon ain't here to play. So when the market is zigging, yeah, when the market is doing a zig, you need to either zig first or zag. Because if you don't make a decision with haste, you are going to be left in the dust. And then you'll be wondering, if only I hindsight. Yeah, it's a beach. I told you. The next thing you need is authenticity. Your sauce, it needs to be unique. You can't purchase this level of sauce from Heinz. To be authentic, you can't get lost in the stew. You can't get lost in the crowd. Your mindset, the way you move in business has to be different. But you got to know yourself and your business before you can even sell it to someone else. Like, to be heads and shoulders above the rest, you have to have the clarity. You need to be the IF among the VVSs. You get me? You're bust down. Shouldn't be mates with anyone else. If you don't get it, you don't get it. And you definitely don't get it if you don't get it. Now, the next thing you need is delegating and trust. Listen, yeah, we all have our strengths and weaknesses, yeah? So you need to be able to focus on what you're actually good at and hire people to do the rest. Outsourcing, yeah, as a business owner, creative, digital creator, whatever you want to call yourself, is a very key business strategy. You need to work smart, not hard sometimes. Why do you think unethical sweatshops exist? Do you think Michael Jordan was helping Nike sew shoes at their HQ? No, somebody in Asia is doing it for less than nothing. At the end of the day, you got to focus on the strengths and let other people's focus on the areas that you would consider a weakness. Okay? Micromanaging is also a thief of the night of your time. So if your business can't function without you, then you're not a business owner. You're just a glorified worker. So yeah. Some other essential skills I think you need as an entrepreneur are, Excel. You need to excel at Excel. Yeah. And inhale when you exhale. Okay? You need to be able to identify trends and organize and sort data into meaningful categories. Now, I ain't trying to, ever since I left uni, I ain't been trying to pay for Microsoft Office, innit? I still use my sister's one. She's in uni. Do you get me? So I get it, you know what I mean? But we still got to secure the thing properly. So here's some alternatives to Microsoft Office. We got LibreOffice, Apache Open Office, we got Office Online, we got Calligra Suite, and we got Apple iWork, yeah? Plugged you. So write that down, rewind that, search that, and use that. And then if you need some alternatives for creating PDFs, we got Shejda. We got PDF Online. We got Source PDF and PDF Assistant. Listen, use those and thank me later. You also need to be great at your craft. Simple enough said. If you're not good at what you do, why are you even doing it? Unless you love it, but like, if you're not getting good at what you love, then I don't know, man. You're special. You're special in it. Another thing you need to have as an entrepreneur is basic web design skills. Like in this pandemic, we all learned, like, we saw a lot of brick and mortar businesses close down because they didn't have a web design. No, not web design, but they didn't have an online presence online. Like, the main example I can think of is Primark. Like, how can no sales be happening because you don't have a website where you can purchase from? It doesn't make sense. Like, I'm surprised they're still open even now. But yeah, having a website and online presence strategy allows you to market your business online. It helps you to establish credibility as a business. So do you really want to categorize yourself as an Instagram business? Because if Instagram goes today, you are going with them. Yeah, you are packing your bags as well. So it plays into the whole fake it till you make it thing. And trust me, a banging website will be a great user experience and it will land you a lot of sales. You know what I mean? You do a little photo shoot for your products and that. You slap on the domain, 30 emails, some copywriting, boom, you're getting sales. Another thing an entrepreneur has to have in this day and age, I think, is graphic design skills. Now, lucky for me, that's what I studied in university. So that's there for me. But for other people, you need to have good graphic design skills. It will help your business gain high visibility, which in turn will lead to increased sales. Um, you need attractive visuals, man. Graphic design is the visual communication of your brand. You know what I mean? Effective communication of ideas, higher visibility, enhanced credibility pushes traffic to your brand, and your brand consumers. So, yeah, man, if you increase traffic leads, it leads to more opportunities. There's no excuses anymore. We got platforms like Canva. Canva is a free platform that allows you to create social media graphics, presentations, posters, documents, and other visual content. That app has many templates as well for you to use. So you don't need to be a graphic design whiz to be able to use that. So if you got dead content, you're just fumbling the bag. If you want something a bit more advanced, you're not really, you're in between Canva, but you don't really want to use Photoshop, or you want to use Photoshop but can't afford it. Here are some cheap alternatives. So we got A Photo P, so A Photo then PEA. We got GIMP, we got Critter with a K, and we got My Paint, and last but not least we got Fire Alpaca. Yeah. So that's that. And for my fellow content creators, I'm not going to leave you hanging. There are two apps you need on your phone if you're making content. And these are the apps I use on a day-to-day basis. One is Mojo. You can create incredible reels, Instagram stories, and social media posts. They have animated templates and the original like textiles and music templates. So yeah, if you wanna really make your Instagram and real stories look amazing, Mojo's the app for you. Another app I use is CapCut. It's a video editing software which is highly compatible with TikTok. So yeah, get on that. It's free. Yeah, man. No excuse. There's no reason why your content should be lacking when we have all these great resources. Another thing you need, an entrepreneur needs to be good at is having exceptional time management and communication. You need to be great at emails. You need to be able to manage your time because you're going to be doing a lot of things at once. You must stay focused, my friends. You must stay focused. And last but not least, you have to have thick skin. People will tell you no so much you're going to want to quit. But listen, people will challenge you and they're going to challenge your choices as well. They'll tell you to aim for the building and not the sky because it's not realistic. But I'm here to tell you today, you need to aim for the moon, bro. If you're going to dream heavy. Never give up or never doubt yourself. Okay? Believe in your source. So let's talk about some branding for a sec, yeah? The thing I like about branding is just, like I said, I keep saying it, it's just a wonderful thing. It's the advanced 419. If you're not in that class, then I don't know where you're at. You know what I'm saying? You need to get in that class. See, branding and marketing, they have very specific jobs. And those jobs, they can cross over like Avengers Endgame. But the most part, they're quite distinctly different. Between branding and marketing, they're two sides of the same coin. And they share the same goal, which is to attract and nurture customers to a business, to ultimately grow that business and representation. Did I say representation? Represent rep repute reputation. Reputization. An example of branding and marketing is slogans and taglines, yeah? So that's what I want to talk about. Slogans and taglines. So we got a slogan, we got a tagline. Yeah, a slogan is basically a memorable and catchy phrase which captures the overarching theme of a marketing campaign. Yeah, you can have various marketing campaigns for your brand, by the way. While a tagline represents the brand and just the brand as a whole, the brand holistically. That's it, just the brand. So I'm going to explain the differences, okay? If it's not making sense, let me break it down. Slogans are specific to marketing. Taglines are specific to branding. Slogans are temporary. Taglines are permanent. Slogans are used to sell a product. Taglines are used to sell a brand. Slogans are longer. Taglines are shorter, like your pennies. I'm joking. Slogans are created by the marketing team. Taglines are created by the brand strategist, me. Slogans can evolve into taglines. Taglines can't evolve into slogans. They should be both simple no matter what. Another example, using myself, is nothing is impossible. This is my tagline. This is what represents my brand. I truly believe nothing is impossible. Now, assuming this podcast you're listening to is a product, the slogan would be, let's unpack this. Let's use another example, Apple. Apple, if you're listening to this, please, I need some products. Support the boy. Throughout the years, Apple have been doing a lot of slogan-based marketing campaigns. So let me go through a few of them. So in the late 70s, they had buy into an apple. Soon, there will be two kinds of people. Those with computers and those who use apples. That was 1980s. In 1984, they had the computer for the rest of us. In 1990, they had the power to be your best. And in 1997 to 2002, they had Think Different. Now, Think Different is the current tagline of Apple. Like I said, slogans can evolve into taglines, and this is the tagline that was evolved from a slogan. So in 2002 to 2003, they had a slogan called Switch, and in 2006 to 2009, they had a slogan called Get a Mac. But overall, for the last 20 years, they've been using Think Different as their tagline, their brand tagline. So to summarize, the tagline is a critical tool for establishing an initial position in the market by associating the brand with a difference and a value they offer. The slogan is a useful and flexible tool for testing different approaches and can sometimes open the door to a broader idea-based positioning. So make sure you're using the right tools to build your brand properly. And if you need help, your friendly neighborhood brand strategist is here. So don't let your boyfriend stop you from starting that eyelash business. After all, he's probably the guy commenting under your pics with a burner account saying you're all sorts. Yeah, so be like Nike, just do it. And man, them, they say a woman will take you to a new height, a new vision. So don't let your girl stop you from finding your wife. Just do it yourself because she's not going to help you. And in the pursuit of doing things yourself, stop trying to be original, yeah? You will not reinvent the wheel. You're not related to Kang the Conqueror. Why are you trying to be original? Why are you trying to be original? You're not Picasso. You're not Charles Darwin. You're not Mona Lisa. You're not Nelson Mandela. You're not Julius Caesar. And you're clearly not Martin Luther King. You are you. There's only one you. And now that we know, well, actually, I don't know if multiverse exists. Yeah, there's no one on the planet like you unless you're an identical twin. So yeah, just be you. But then again, you might be the sweetest peach on the tree, but some people just don't like peaches. I've been the branding connoisseur, and remember, nothing is impossible. This was the art of DIY. Thank you for listening. Wow.